Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a cold Pegues Sports Complex at Farrell High School in Farrell, Pennsylvania. This is Delta Contractor and Design High School Football on the YDL Sports Network, bringing you an audio-only broadcast tonight. I'm Chris Rossetti. I'm alongside here with Larry Weiser. Delta Contractors and Design offers residential and commercial construction service you can trust. Call 814-764-5506 for a free estimate and check them out online at delcondesign.com. Delta Contracting and Design, where quality is built in. It is PIAA Class 2A semifinal action. The Central Clarion Wildcats undefeated at 13 wins and no losses against the WPIL champion South Park Eagles with a record of 12 wins and 1 loss, with a trip to Mechanicsburg and Cumberland Valley High School and the state championship game at stake. Larry Weiser, it doesn't get any bigger than this.
No question, Chris. And here we are in western Pennsylvania, or Pennsylvania, period, until somebody actually builds a dome. One of the big factors tonight is obviously the feel-like temperature right now is 14. I think the actual temperature is about 24 degrees. So those are factors that every coach has to put into his game plan when you're coming out here. Now, the field itself looks pretty good, Chris. It's somewhat snow covered. I didn't really notice anybody slipping out there in pregame warm-ups. And another thing kind of surprised me too. I was watching a lot of especially the top receivers from Clarion, and so that they were didn't seem to have any problems catching the ball. But when you get down to 14 degrees, you got to plan something.
Yes. I'm just glad that we're in a semi-warm press box as opposed to being
semi-warm
out there. We are inside the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg pregame show. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come check out the new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center. The Allegheny Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Our game stream today, powered by Oil Country Crates. Your products, our protection, oilcountrycrates.com. Drive to the game, and we hit a little bit of snow on I-80 coming over. Thank goodness it was just a real brief thing right there, right around the I-79 exit. But our drive to the game brought to you by the Warren Tire Center. The Warren Tire Center, make sure you get to the game in comfort, warrentirecenter.com. Larry, you want to act like it's just a regular game, but it's not, is it?
No, absolutely not. And, I know from Central Clarion, obviously because of our association, that these young men and coaching staff, they've been looking forward to this game since last year. I mean, they've targeted it every week. They've done an amazing job staying focused by game, getting to this point.
Yeah, the last 2 years, Central Clarion was knocked out in the opening round of the state playoffs by Westinghouse. This year, Westinghouse moved down to single A. Didn't turn out to be as good of a Westinghouse team as there had been in the past years, as they got just boat raced right here at this Farrell Stadium field last Saturday by Bishop Guilfoyle. But Central Clarion felt like, hey, we had teams that could make a run, and this year they've proven it. They took out Farrell right here on this field 2 weeks ago, and then last week at Armstrong High School they defeated Cambria Heights 49-6, and what they've done throughout the state playoffs is what they've done all year. They've mercy ruled teams. They've played 12 games. They had a forfeit win in there over Montauk. 11 of those have ended in the mercy rule.
11. That's correct. And the one Mercy Roller team that met them in the district finals, and that would be Garden City, and Garden City gave them a pretty good game that night.
Yeah, they did. And you take a look at South Park, and the Eagles coming in were the WPIAL champions. They knocked off Elwood City in the semifinals, and then they took care of Seton LaSalle in the championship game. Their only loss on the year came way back in
second game of the year.
Second game of the
Deer
year.
Lake.
Deer Lakes took them out in that game, but since then it's been nothing but wins for this Eagles football team, and coming off the 21-14 win over Seton LaSalle at Acrisure Stadium in the WPIAL championship last Saturday. And sometimes, Larry, and I'm not saying it's an all-the-time thing, but sometimes those WPIAL teams, they put so much emphasis on their tournament and winning that tournament that sometimes they come out flat the following week because it's hard to get up week in and week out.
No question. And, I was looking at this team. I got a chance to look at their media guide here about a half hour ago. Chris and I got it. And they have not lost a state playoff game. But the last time they were in the state playoffs was 1997, which they won the state title that year.
They've played games that, as you look down their schedule there, they've played a lot closer games than Central Clarion has. A 14-point win over East Allegheny, a 7-point win over Steel Valley, a 10-point win over South Allegheny, a 10-point win over Mohawk in the WPIAL quarterfinals, and then, of course, the 7-point win last week. Does that give them any kind of advantage, or does that just not matter at this point in time?
I don't really think it matters when you get to this. This Brian Abbey, who was actually part of that 1997 team, and this is his second year on the program. He's like 19-6. He's making no secret what he's going to try to do tonight. They're going to line up, and we'll talk about some of their people. But they're going to line up, and they're going to run the ball right at Clarion, Central Clarion, and. They are a run-heavy team, and I mean run-heavy, 90% run versus 10% pass. Now, as I said, we'll talk about some of the keys of the game here a little bit later on, but like I said, that's their game plan.
We'll get into that here. We've got some sponsors to thank, including Ascendance Truck Centers and DE Sports Inc., as well as our title sponsor today, Delta Contractors, all new sponsorships for this game, and we're glad to be able to bring you the audio broadcast. I know not everybody has the opportunity to be able to afford NFHS and the video stream, so we're glad that, or maybe just don't want to afford those. And so we're glad we're able to bring you a free audio broadcast today, and takes me back a little bit, old school radio broadcast. I get to do these every once in a while. Of course, Larry and I were on the radio on the old C93 group, now Seven Mountains Media, all year as well, but we also had video with all of those, but it's good to be alongside. We are going to step aside here on Delta Contractor and Design, high school football on the YDL Sports Network. For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. Truck buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendance Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendance Truck Centers, the Clarion location previously known as Acro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendance Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendance is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at ascendancetrucks.com. Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you. We're back here getting ready here for South Park and Central Clarion in the PIAA Class 2A semifinals. Now I'm going to bring in Rich Rhodes, sports editor of the Jeffersonian Democrat and leader of Indicator in New Bethlehem. And Rich, just real quick, I brought you in here because you and I are kind of the resident historians in District 9. And tonight's a pretty special night in District 9. Two teams in the state semifinals. That's never happened before.
It's never happened before, and some great seasons from those two teams. They were far and away better than any teams they played this year in their classifications for sure. And you kind of question, okay, how good's District 9 this year? Well, maybe it's how good are these two teams because we're at Farrell tonight watching Central Clarion, and as the season's gone on, I think we've realized with every win, we've realized this is a special team, and I think Port Allegheny feels the same way.
Yeah, Rich, you and I have talked about this, and it's not often you get to this time of the year and the District 9 team playing has the best player. It always seems like, when District 9 gets here, and they've been here I think 18, 19 times, but have only won a semifinal game 3 times. It's mainly because the other team had the best player, but I don't think that's the case tonight.
No, I think that's what the scouting report is. Maybe somebody from South Park's going to show that they're the player of the game tonight and gets it done, but by all indications, the best player is playing quarterback for the Wildcats, and Jace Ferguson is just is an amazing athlete, amazing student athlete, and they are not ready for their season to end tonight. And Jace is probably first in line raising his hand on that. They want to play another week. Yeah,
and that number is 3-13 all time in semifinal games or District 9 teams. Obviously, Red Bank Valley, the last one to win a semifinal game in 2021 at North Hills High School. You and I were there. They upset that night Bishop Canevin, and I think we'd both say that was an upset.
Yeah. Not
feeling like if Central Clarion wins this game, it's necessarily an upset.
No, and it's at the very least a toss-up, right?
Yeah,
I would agree with that. I don't know how much you have talked about field conditions. It's icy out there. How much that affects either team, I have no idea. Both teams like to run. Obviously, South Park's more of a traditional power running team. Central Clarion kind of goes out of the read of what Ferguson does.
And you'll appreciate this, Rich, because you were at the game as well, I think. I'm pretty sure you were at the game. Maybe you weren't, but Clarion played Port Allegheny in 2012 up at, you weren't at the game. You'll remember it, though. It was the snow game up there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think about a team that passes, you think about the field conditions like tonight, and you think it is an advantage to the team that isn't passing. But the one thing the Central Clarion receivers know is they know where they're going, and the South Park defenders don't.
Well, I'm going to take you back because I've said, I've we're into this hyperbole here, but Jace is probably the best football player I've seen in District 9 since Chad Krell, and his senior year coaching, that was the thing. What do you do when the weather's bad? And they went up to Warren, and it was raining, and there's no turf back then, so it was muddy and rainy, and Clearfield came out and passed the ball the first 20 plays, and I think that was to prove a point. And as to your point is. The receivers know where they're going. The defense doesn't, and if you have some good, talented receivers and a quarterback to take advantage of that's a good thing.
Hey, Rich, thanks for jumping on for giving the historical perspective a little bit here. Rich, obviously, and I have gone back through different websites over the years. Also, do a lot on D9and10sports.com together, and it's definitely one of those things where it is a special night in District 9, and we definitely shouldn't forget about that. We're going to return here after these messages. You're watching Delta Contractor and Design Incorporated High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook. Are you planning for retirement? Looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today. Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC. Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbage.com. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Back here at the Pegues Sports Complex, getting ready for this PIAA Class 2A semifinal game between South Park and Central Clarion. It's now time for our All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving players to watch. All-American Custom Apparel and Engraving. They can put almost anything on almost everything. AllamericanHQ.com. Over to Coach Weiser.
Well, I had some limited stats going in here till a few minutes ago, but I'm going to update them. We're going to look at their quarterback, number 6, Robert Lindsey. He is ran for almost 800 and some yards, and he's thrown for 638 yards. Running back, I mean, this is their man. All right, Eric Daru. He has rushed for over 1,800 yards. He's up there, historically in terms of some of the best running backs that have ever come out of South Park. Also, you need to look at running back number 2, senior Kenyon Brown, who's 175 pounds. He's also a pretty good threat at receiver. Their top receiver is number 9, Logan Ludwig. All right, he's a junior. Offensive line, I can't miss not talking about the Twins. Okay, you have senior number 52, Troy Cunningham, which you're going to see a lot of him at left tackle, and then he also is pretty good on defense. And his Twins senior Parker, who's 295 pounds, he's number 77.
They're bringing him in at 300 now, Larry. 6'4",
really?
300.
Okay, so. In terms of tackles, we're looking at Wyatt Markovich, all right? So I'm watching him come out warm up tonight. He basically had his shirt up and so forth. So this cold isn't going to bother me tonight, Chris. And also you want to look at Kenyon Brown. He's number 2, and then Troy Cunningham could leads the team in sacks with 10.5. He could set a school record if he gets 3 sacks tonight. From a kicking standpoint, it's their senior. Is a backup quarterback, Griffin Burnett, which you never know what that could bring from the punting standpoint. Could he fake one? He also does kickoffs, too. Look at Kenyon Brown. All right, he had a 90.
Farrell Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility.
Sorry about that, Larry. I went into a commercial on you by accident. Go ahead. Just you were talking about Keenan Barnett.
Well, Keenan Brown ran a 99-yard kickoff return, so he's somebody you need to watch. But we do have, and we'll talk a little bit about Central Clarion here now. Obviously, number one, Jace Ferguson. He's thrown for over 3,188 yards. He's rushed for 1,267 yards, completed 70% of his passes, averages 10 yards per carry. He averages over 106 yards per game through 49 touchdown passes. By anyone's standard, those are all state MVP stats. Also running the ball would be number 2, senior Noah Harrison. Rushed for almost 500 yards, 7.5 yards average per carry. Number 22, Ethan Rex, averaged 6 yards per carry. Receiving, number 17, there are two sophomore sensations here. Receiving, Mason Burford. He's closing in on 1,000 yards. Ethan Rex, number 22, 821 yards. But boy, I'll tell you what, somebody has really come on this year is number 3, senior Jesse Swicky. He's really come on with some key catches at critical parts of the game. Offensive line, you're looking at senior tackle Jimmy Kerr, number 63, number 54, Matt Austin, number 58, junior Hayden Hyman. On defense, look for number 1. The number 1 tackler is junior Charlie Hepfel, number 58, Hayden Hyman, number 54, Matt Alston. Alston and Hyman also lead the team in sacks. Ferguson and Swicky lead the team in interceptions. And Brant Parker is number 1 in the team in quarterback hurries. I think he has somewhere around 28. And he's also caused fumbles. He also leads in caused fumble. Special teams, it's nice to welcome back tonight Mr. Thomas Euchert, who makes a habit of kicking the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, that's a big deal. One of the things that Central Clarion wasn't able to do the last couple of weeks was kick off. Tom, of course, had the collapsed lung, not football related as far as anybody's aware. And then came back for the Carn City game. Then it collapsed again. Had to get some surgery done to it, but now has come back and he's going to be out there tonight. And you cannot underestimate what he might bring to the table for the Wildcats.
I think the last 3 weeks since he's been out, I mean, he's going to change field positions, and that's going to be critical tonight. Where South Park starts with the football, and if he's back to kicking the ball in the end zone. I mean, you're not going to see teams starting at 35 or 40-yard line as they were at Butler and some of the other games that we covered.
We're going to step aside here. Thanks to more of our sponsors. You are watching or listening to Delta Contractor and Design High School Football on the YDL Sports Network.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA. You'll always score a great deal on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Rays Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Tempa Supply and Service is your one-stop shop for high-quality home parts, including doors, windows, furnaces, steps, and essential supplies.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside. That now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ Custom Apparel and Engraving. We can do almost anything on almost everything.
For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. Truck buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendance Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendance Truck Centers, the Clarion location previously known as Acro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendance Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendance is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at ascendancetrucks.com. Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you.
Back here at the Piggies Sports Complex in Farrell, Pennsylvania, Delta Contracting Design High School football getting ready for kickoff here between South Park and Central Clarion. The Generational Wealth Management kickoff. The coin toss was won by South Park. They defer. Central Clarion will receive the kick to start this game. Only the second time this year they've received the kick, last week being the first time, and they scored 59 seconds into the game. So getting ready here now for the Red Bank Chevrolet. First quarter is Griffin.
Okay,
Burnett will kick it off. It'll be the DE Sports kickoff. DE Sports is a family-owned custom apparel shop offering embroidery, screen printing, vinyl, and sublimation. DESportsinc.com.
We got Mason Burford and Ethan Rex back there to receive the kick. And we've got number 3, as we talked about, the backup quarterback for South Park. Griffin Burnett is going to be kicking off here. Hey, Chris, Clarion brought a great crowd here tonight. And
so Burnett set to kick it off. He squibs it. It's going to be taken by one of the up men at the 31-yard line. That appears to be number 7, Brody Beggs. And Beggs will be out to about the 41-yard line where Central Clarion will put the ball in play to start this one. And quickly, Larry, your Allstate Insurance keys to the game for the Wildcats.
Well, I think, it's you got to focus here tonight. I mean, you got to take it play by play here, and who can drum out some of the distractions like the weather. I'm going to call it a distraction.
So they're going to go with Ferguson in the gun. Harrison is the sidecar to his left. Ferguson looks to run it right away. He's going to bounce it to the outside, tries to cut inside, and he is tackled for a loss. Getting him is the big linebacker that we talked about, Wyatt Markovich. And Ferguson tried to dance, and he found out quickly he wasn't dancing.
Well, he faked inside and came back out, but at the same time his blocker blocked him out, Markovich out into him.
So that's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 37. It'll be 2nd down and 13 as that Larson's garbage service tackle for a loss by Markovich. So they're going to go 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Harrison to the left of Ferguson, who takes the snap back to throw. Ferguson wants to go deep. He's got a man out there. He underthrows it a little bit, and it is caught by Burford. Burford catches it at the 21-yard line.
You couldn't tell whether you caught it at first or whether it was intercepted, but the ball, what a catch. What a spectacular catch. I mean, the defender's right there in his face, and, he just had his back turned. He didn't see the ball come in, and, as we've seen all year, Ethan Burford is the real deal.
You were talking, Larry, on the way over about the kind of catches Ethan Burford makes, and he just made one right there, setting up the Wildcats at the 21-yard line of South Park here, just underway, 11 minutes and counting in the first quarter. Ferguson out of the gun again. He'll take the snap. He has a little trouble with it. Now he wants to throw. He's looking for Sawicki in the other corner, and it is incomplete.
But just a little fade route. Really never got real separation from the defender in that case, and brings up 2nd down.
Bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 21 as he looked for Sawicki in the left corner of the end zone. Just a little overthrowing on that one.
Interested at this point. Now they switched to a 3 front. Looks like now they're coming back in their 4 front here.
Single receivers to each side. They're going to fake the handoff, and now we've got a stoppage of play, and we're going to get our first Bruno Iafrida wrestling camp penalty, and it's going to be a false start against the Wildcats.
I didn't see where that happened, Chris.
So that'll push them back to the 26, where it'll be 2nd down and 15 for Central Clarion here at the South Park 26, just underway at Farrell High School. Minute 9 seconds into this one.
Again, for our radio audience here, the field's kind of snow-covered here, and hasn't seemed to have been a problem with footing yet.
Ferguson's going to keep it, goes into the middle of the line. He doesn't have a whole lot of room. He's going to fight his way back to about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. And the referee, did we have another flag here? Or?
I don't know. Parker Cunningham's helmet came off, so he has to come off the field. That's number 77.
So Ferguson is able to push forward to the 22, a gain of 4 on the play. But so far, Ferguson not finding the kind of running room that he is used to finding. And now it's going to be a 3rd down and 11 for the Wildcats. Well, actually, there's a penalty on the play. So Central Clarion was penalized for something there.
I don't know whether his helmet came off because
well, it's a 5-yard, so it must have been an illegal formation type of penalty on the Wildcats. But that's 2 in a row now on Central Clarion. Kind of mistakes you don't like to see at this time of year. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 20 from the 31 for the Wildcats.
And Central Clarion's coming in trips formation to the left.
Ferguson in the gun takes the snap, looks to throw. Still look, he's got all kinds of time. Now he's going to roll. Now he's going to throw it downfield in the end zone. And out of the hands of Burford. Give credit out there to, I think, Jordan Smith for maybe getting a hand in there to break it up.
He just got a hand. Ethan had it slapped it back into his other hand. It was getting ready to pull it in when it was knocked out at that point. So
now it brings up a 3rd and 20. And I mean, Ferguson had about a year and a half to throw that football.
He did. He got outside there, and I thought he was going to take off.
But what he saw there, Larry, was they had a spy on him, and the kid spied, and so Ferguson knew he had to throw the football, which he did. So now to bring up a 3rd down and 20 from the 21. Ferguson out of the gun. He'll take the snap. He looks to throw. He's being flushed out of the pocket. He rolls to his right. Still has his head down. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage or right around it at the 21 where he's knocked out of bounds, but it'll bring up a 4th and about 10.
It looks like they're going to bring out our kicker.
So they are going to.
So the ball is on, I think, the 22-yard line. They're going to try field goal. They're in a right hash.
It'll be a 39-yard field goal attempt by Thomas Euchert.
something.
The kick is up. The kick is good. Thomas Euchre with a 39-yard field goal gets Central Clarion on the board. They lead 3-0 at the 10:05 mark of the opening quarter, brought to you by Red Bank Chevrolet. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network.
Are you looking for fundraising ideas? Does your team need sports apparel promotional items? Maybe it's a team store you're looking for. Call or visit DE Sports Inc. on Main Street in Clarion. If you dream it, they make it. Call them at 814-226-4871 and like them on Facebook. Dave Eastad and crew will take care of you.
So Thomas Euchre's return pays immediate dividends for the Wildcats as he nails a 39-yard field goal on a snowy, icy turf. He made it look easy, Larry.
On the way out today, I said to him, one of the players I was so happy to see come back today was Thomas. And not only does he give good field position to the team with his kickoff, but he has that potential threat of kicking these field goals, and he may come down to that tonight.
So now Euchre will kick it off here. It's a DE Sports kickoff. DE Sports, family-owned custom apparel shop on Main Street in Clarion. 3-0 Wildcats on the field goal here by
Thomas Euchre.
Thomas Euchre at the 10:05 mark. Get that up there on the scoreboard for you, folks. Not running the clock for you. We'll just try to update it as we can. Now, Euchre will kick it off. He kicks it deep, drives a man back to the 2-yard line. That is number 6, Robert Lenzi. And Lenzi isn't going to get back to the 20 as he's tackled at about the 15-yard line. And again, there's where that Euchre effect comes in.
I'm trying to look at who made the tackle there. We had number 52 coming down there for Central.
So they're going to put it down right at the 15-yard line. So that's where
Connor Eberhardt is on that tackle there.
South Park will take over here with 9:56 to go in quarter number 1.
And the ball's about a little bit towards the right hash right here. And they're lined up in a open back gun formation, Chris.
And they're going to run it right up the middle with
I think
DeRue.
they're calling a face mask there. Not a surprise. And actually not a surprise. That's a play which we would call 36 power. And they're going to kick out in the end with the first lead back.
Let's see what this – is it going to be a big one? It is going to be a big one on the Wildcats. That's going to be their third penalty is they're going to give him a gain up to the 18 and then the face mask penalty. And so Central Clarion hasn't exactly been clean so far. That'll bring it all the way up to the 33-yard line. So South Park gets out of a hole thanks to the face mask on the Wildcats. It'll be a first down and 10 at the 33.
So Clarion's going with a 5-2 here defense.
Lenzi will take the snap. He'll keep it himself. And oh my goodness, he is just throwing for a loss by big Jimmy Kerr.
James Kerr just came slicing in there. They were running a slant, and there was their big guy, Parker Cunningham missed him, and nails him in the backfield. This is a key because they're not a passing team.
That's going to be a loss of 5 on the play. Larson's garbage service came and just called that bad play away for South Park, as it is now 2nd and 15 after the loss of 5. Lenzi under center. He's going to turn and he's going to hand it off to DeRue, and DeRue goes nowhere. Meeting him initially there was number 14, Briggs Beckwith.
We got Beckwith. We got Hyman in there on that play.
It'll be a gain, no gain on the play, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 now for South Park. So 3rd and 15 for the Eagles, and as Larry Weiser said, not a comfortable position for them, but obviously a position they've been in before.
This is generally what I've seen from them is mainly play action out of this. So it's waggle.
They're going to go 2 receivers to the left, single receiver to the right, tight end.
So they actually got 3 to the left there, Chris.
Out of the gun.
Lenzi
back to throw. Lindsey rolls now. He's going to tuck it, and he's going to turn it upfield, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the first down as he's tackled at about the 32-yard line. And you saw the difference there, Larry, between Lindsey and Ferguson. Ferguson's head always up looking to pass. As soon as Lindsey felt some pressure, he tucked it and was running.
You're right. Right. Good analysis, Chris. So the ball's going to be on the right hash about the 32-yard line.
So they're going to punt. They're going to bring in their punter here. That'll be Burnett again.
Griffin Burnett, and he's their backup quarterback. And I watched him throw him before the game, and that's, everybody seems to be, fake happy anymore with punts.
So Burnett the punt. Central Clarion's got two guys back there. Looks like Rex, and I cannot see the other one.
Ferguson?
It's a high
nice
snap.
Oh.
Burnett with a punt that's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to give Central Clarion great field position if number 58 there, Hayden Hyman, disengages, which he does. He was kind of engaged a little longer than you'd like to see here.
I think they're going to call it about the 40.
He's still walking at the 40-yard line. So it's a punt of 8 yards. The Daddy's in Clarion punt. You'll never have to punt on lunch or dinner when you go to Daddy's in Clarion is a bad one. Goes just 8 yards, and Central Clarion will take over here with 7:24 to play in the opening quarter.
Chris, one of the good signs right there is that they took away their top plays. Their top play is coming off tackle right there, and their top player, I think, picked up 3 yards one time and got the face mask.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats, leading 3-0 from their own 40 with 7:24 to go in the first quarter. Ferguson's going to keep it and run. He's got some room. He's over the 35. He's closing in on the 30. He's going to be tackled at about the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. But Ferguson got a push there from his line and is able to pick up 9 yards on the play.
Got that gap right behind Hayden Hyman and Jimmy Kerr right there. I'd love to have run behind two players like that in my high school days, Chris.
So 2nd and 1 from the 31 for the Wildcats. They got to the 21 on their first drive. A couple of penalties put them back. A 10-yard run by Ferguson got him into field goal range. And then the 39-yard kick by Thomas Euchert is why we stand at 3-0 here, 6:45 on a running first quarter clock. Ferguson out of the gun. Receivers to each side. Harrison the sidecar. Fakes it to Harrison. He's in trouble. Now he rolls out. Now he's going to throw it. He throws it away as he got outside. I do believe he got outside the tackle box there. And it'll be third down and 1 now.
The play just didn't kind of set up. He bumped into his blocking back right there.
I think that was the tight end Carter Heineman, the freshman out there with Beckwith. Braylon Beckwith out with the injury. They've had to change up some of what they're doing. So now it's 3rd down and 1 here for the 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats. They're going to still go out of the shotgun here with Ferguson. Harrison is the sidecar. Ferguson will take the snap. Fakes it, will keep it himself. He cuts up, and he's going to have the first down inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Let's see, coming behind that play, I think that was Troy Cunningham. He was the second leading tackler. You got Markovitz, 19.
So they're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. It is a Tenesto Builder Supply first down for the Wildcats.
Ball's in the center of the field here.
28. Ferguson will come out of the gun again. Receivers to each side. Harrison is the sidecar. Takes the snap. Looks to throw. Wants to throw. He's got a wide open receiver. That's Burford. Burford knocks off it. Burford pinballs off of a player inside the 5, down to about the 2 or the 3. Ethan Burford just bounced off of a defender.
He hitched up right there. It was wide open on the play. Made the catch. Turned back in. Tackler tried to tackle. He broke the tackle. And you're not talking about a 200-pound receiver right there. Just an awesome job. Hey, for our folks that's coming in, 3-0 is Central Clarion's winning, and we're on the, 3-yard line?
1st and goal for Central Clarion at the 3 as the Wildcats enter the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out Pizza Hut, pizzahut.com. So now they're going to go with 2 backs in the shotgun, flanking each side of Ferguson. It's Rex and Harrison. Ferguson will take the snap. He'll hand it to Rex, and Rex will be met at the line of scrimmage and then driven backwards. He'll be spotted down at the 5, so it's a loss of 2 on the play.
Right, big 300-pound Parker Cunningham. ran into him, and he's got his big paws wrapped around Ethan right there.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and goal now for the Wildcats back at the 5-yard line.
Again, 3-0 lead here for Central Clarion.
5:10 on a running first quarter clock. First quarter brought to you by Red Bank Chevrolet. RedBankChevrolet.com. Out of the gun is Ferguson. He's going to keep it himself, looking for some running room. Heads towards the corner, and he is into the end zone. It is a Tampa Supply and Service touchdown for the Wildcats, who now lead 9-0.
He just has that special move. You know, he kind of slows up, and then he puts that foot to the ground, and boom, lowers his shoulder, and the would-be tackler who just paused just for a second, he just broke that tackle.
So Euchre will be on to kick the extra point out of the hold of Harrison. Hepfel is the snapper. Snap is good. Hold is there. Kick is up, and that kick is perfect. And Central Clarion now leads by a count of 10-0. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contracting and Design.
For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com.
Back here, 10-0 Wildcats in the lead with 5 minutes exactly to play in the first quarter. And couldn't be a better start if you're the Wildcats, Larry.
Okay, they've heated things up here, Chris. They've heated things up on this football field. They've had 3 penalties, which have been their only black marks at this point. Other than that.
So Euchre ready here with the DE Sports kickoff. Kicks it deep, and it'll drive the back into the end zone, but they're allowing him to bring it out.
That's Robert Lenzi, yeah.
Yeah, it was Lenzi, and he'll get right back to where he would have been anyhow at the 20-yard line. That was a little interesting, Larry. It looked like his back foot was actually in the end zone, which would have been a touchback, but they allowed him to bring it out, and he brings it out to about they're going to mark it right at the 20, so it was where it would have been anyhow.
Yeah.
So South Park with the ball at their own 20, trailing 10-0 here with 4:52 to play in quarter number 1, brought to you by Red Bank Chevrolet for inventory. Check them out online at redbankchevrolet.com. Out of the gun here is Lenzi. He'll bring Markovich back with him as a fullback. The tailback is DeRue. They're going to hand it to DeRue. DeRue looking to find some room to the left side, and he is tackled after a gain of about 2 on the play.
And they're definitely not winning the line of scrimmage right here, Chris. And I'm talking South Park here. Clarion's doing a great job stalemating their offensive line, and in that particular play, they slanted right into that play.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. They'll go under center this time. The lone back is DeRue. They're going to pitch it to him to the right. DeRue looking to find some room, and he is drugged down from behind. That is actually 58. Hayden Hyman making a nice tackle from behind. A gain of 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6.
He keeps getting bigger. He's starting to look like Jimmy.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 6. And if Hyman doesn't track him down from behind, that's a big gainer, but the big boy was able to get out there and show some speed on getting to that tackle. So now they're going to go out of the gun. Receivers to each side. DeRue is the tailback next to Lenz. Lenz is going to hand it off to DeRue, and it's just going to get blown up way back at the 20-yard line. There was a little trouble with the handoff, and Central Clarion is able to throw him for a tackle for a loss. It's a Larson's Garbage Service tackle for a loss.
That is Sir Charles Hepfel. Sir Charles. He was in the backfield and made that tackle.
So now on to punt. It's another Daddy's in Clarion punt. Never punt on lunch and dinner. Stop in at Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion for a delicious meal every time at an affordable price. Griffin Burnett shanked the last one. It was an 8-yard punt. Now, the snap wasn't very good either on that one. The long snapper, Robert Lenzi. This one is better.
Oh.
And this one is going to be a short kick, and it's going to take a roll for South Park into Central Clarion territory down to about the 47-yard line, but it's going to be wonderful field position again for the Wildcats at their own 47.
They got a lucky roll out of that. Boy, but one of the things I got worried about is if Brody Beggs, somebody has to make a call to him and tell him to get out of the way. He almost got blocked into that ball.
So 2:44 to go here in the Red Bank Chevrolet first quarter. 10-0 Central Clarion in the lead on a field goal by Euchert and a touchdown run by Ferguson. So now Ferguson will come out of the gun. He's got Rex as the lone sidecar this time. Receivers to each side. Takes the snap. Hands it to Rex. Rex looking for some room. Trying to hit the edge. He does. He's at the 50, out to the 45, and he's going to dive close to a first down as Ethan Rex picks up 10. They're going to give him the first down at the 43-yard line of South Park.
It was a great play, just a outside stretch play, set to Ethan, who's the third leading receiver, rusher on the team behind Noah Harrison and obviously Jace.
So Tyson Builder Supply first down for the Wildcats at the 43. They're going to fake the handoff, and now Ferguson's going to take it himself, but he's got a lot of room. He's going to have another first down inside the 35 at about the 30-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 13 for Ferguson.
I love that play. He fakes to Ethan just after having gotten 10 yards with Ethan. Faked to Ethan coming to the left. Counter Trey coming back. Got the guard and tackle coming back. Kern Hyman, and they open up a nice hole for him.
Clock's at 1:45 and running here in the first quarter. 10-0 Wildcats in the lead. They're knocking in towards the red zone again at the 30-yard line of South Park. Ferguson's got receivers to each side. He's going to take the snap, and it's going to be a straight quarterback draw. He bounces to the outside. Ferguson carrying a man out of bounds. It looks like he's going to have enough for another first down. It looks like he may be a yard short. We'll see where they mark it.
I mean, that's just what I would call quarterback ISO. Noah Harrison leads through. He's a fullback on the play. And
they're going to mark him out at the 22-yard line. So he'll be 2 yards shy of the first down. It's a pickup of 8, though, on first down for Ferguson as Central Clarion is on the march again, up 10-0.
This could be very, very demoralizing for the South Park team. They're able to take this play in.
So Ferguson will come out of the gun again with Harrison, the sidecar. He's going to hand it to Harrison. Harrison through the middle. He's at the 15. He fights his way towards the 10. He's still breaking tackles down to the 5-yard line as Central Clarion enters the Pizza Hut red zone.
That was beautiful. I just saw Noah this morning at physical therapy, and I said, hey, be the spark plug tonight. I've heard a number of people say you could be making a difference tonight.
First and goal for the Wildcats, who look like they want to go fast now from the 5. Ferguson's going to hand it to Harrison again. Harrison takes a guy, and now there's a flag down. That looks like that's in the area of a hold. So right now, the only thing stopping the Central Clarion offense are the penalty flags.
Right.
So we'll wait and see what the official call is here. It's a Bruno Iafrito Wrestling Camp penalty. The Bruno Wrestling Camp in Port Allegany is the damn wrestling camp you've never heard of. June 16th through the 20th, 2025. It's going to be a chop block. Actually, it's on South Park. So Harrison, who got to the 2, will now go half the distance, and it'll be first and goal for the Wildcats.
I mean, they got to be about the 6-inch line there.
So they're going to go out of the under center. Ferguson pushes his way into the end zone. It's another Tempa Supply touchdown. But is there a flag on the play? Oh, it was an offside actually on South Park, so the play doesn't actually count.
All Ferguson did that play was just walk under center, and they snapped the ball to him. It was a.
So they're going to go again. Same thing, and Ferguson is going to get pushed into the end zone, and there's another flag down. Another flag, and now it's a false start on the Wildcats.
No way. I'm trying to figure out how that's a false start if he's just doing a lift.
Well, it could be
on
that
the quarterback's knee.
It could be that the guy that the backer pushing him in might have come forward with him. You know what I'm saying, Larry?
Right.
So that'll move it back to the 6. So Central Clarion's been a thought into the end zone twice here. Instead, they're back at the 6. It's first down and goal from the 6. They're actually marking it at the 5, which is actually technically impossible. And Ferguson's going to keep it, and he's going to go into the end zone anyhow.
Is there a flag?
And there are no flags, and it's a Tepa touchdown for the Wildcats, who go up 16-0 with 13 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Well, Larry, they've done everything they've wanted to do offensively so far.
Where South Park had stopped them on the runs at first part there, they just marched down the field running the ball that time.
So Euchre on to kick the extra point with 13 seconds, and that kick is up, and that kick is good. And Central Clarion now leads 17-0. We'll be right back after these messages.
Truck buying and repair at its finest. That's what you get at Ascendance Truck Centers in Clarion, Erie, and Youngstown. Ascendance Truck Centers, the Clarion location previously known as Acro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendance Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Ascendance is locally owned, but with more ways to serve you in the trucking industry. Visit us in person on the Greenville, Pike, and Clarion, or at our Erie and Youngstown locations, or online at ascendancetrucks.com.
Back here with the Wildcats leading 17-0 with 13 seconds to play here in quarter number 1.
First quarter.
Couldn't have asked for a better start if you're a Central Clarion fan. Up 17-0 on a pair of Jace Ferguson touchdown runs and a field goal by Thomas Euchre. Euchre will kick it off again here from the 40-yard line. Both of his first 2 kicks have gone to Lindsay. Now it looks like Kenyon Brown is deep now for South Park. And we've got offside on Central Clarion on the kickoff. Again, we're seeing some things right now, Larry, that aren't really typical of Central Clarion.
They've been able to not have them hurt them at this point, but that was just, he just had his head.
So now they're going to kick off from the 35, and so for the first chime, maybe South Park will get a little bit better field position here.
But again, I talked earlier, I think that is number 2, Kenyon Brown back there. He's had a 99-yard kickoff return.
Yeah, and so you don't really want to give them that kind of extra. Euchre's pretty good at putting it around the goal line from the 40, but now it makes it a little bit of more strategy maybe for the Wildcats.
I'd rather see him kicked over to the right.
So he sets the kick. He's going to kick
it
that
exactly
way.
What he's going to do.
And it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So much for the 5-yard offside penalty on the Wildcats as Euchre just kicks it into the end zone for the touchback.
In the end zone. It wasn't, in the air, into the end zone.
I thought it bounced there at the 4 or 5 and then went in. But
I didn't see that.
Either way, it's all right. It's a touchback. So now South Park trailing 17-0 with a team that really doesn't built to come from behind like this.
No.
But if you're South Park, you've got to just continue doing what you do. You still got 3 quarters of football to play here. You can't abandon it, although they're going to go empty set here. And now they're going to bring DeRue in as the quarterback in the Wildcat. So DeRue now in the Wildcat formation.
He threw one time, I think, out of this. This is where they'll fake, and then he'll keep the ball.
No, he actually handed it off that time to Brown, and Brown is tackled for a loss back at the 19-yard line.
That was a play they were very successful with last week against Seton LaSalle.
That is going to bring us to the end of quarter number 1 with Central Clarion leading South Park 17-0. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching or listening to High School Football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
You'll always score a great deal on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Raised Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Tempa Supply and Service is your one-stop shop for high-quality home parts, including doors, windows, furnaces, steps, and essential supplies.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like Original Pan, Original Stuffed Crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back here for the second quarter, 17-0 Central Clarion in the lead. It'll be second down and 11 for the South Park Eagles. And out of the Wildcat, it is DeRue, and he'll get a couple of yards out to about the 22 or the 23, but it's going to set up a third down and long.
Kind of looking for him on the sideline right here, and I don't see him. There he is. He's coming back into the game. I didn't see him on kickoff return the last time.
So it's going to be a pickup of 4. So it's third down and 7. It's a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning third down. When you get backed up, Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning get you moving again. This second quarter brought to you by Verischetti Holdings. VerischettiHoldings.com. So they're going to go out of the Wildcat again, though, here with DeRue from the 23. He's going to put a man in motion. That's Brown. He's going to hand it to Brown, and Brown is tripped up. Oh, nice tackle. That was Charlie Hepful, who trips him up at about the 25-yard line.
Good pickup. Great discipline on the defense right there. They took DeRue, took him, and made sure they tackled him. So it's kind of like the old option, which you want to make sure you have somebody on the quarterback and somebody on the pitch guy. At that time, it was just what I call it's an RPO, but it's really like just a run.
Well, now let's see what South Park decides to do here on third down and 5. Central Clarion thinks they're punting, but they don't look like they're in a punt formation.
No.
Oh my goodness, Larry, they're going to go for it here from their own 25, down 17-0. If I'm Central Clarion, I call timeout, and that's exactly what Davey Eagleton does. That's a good call of a timeout, use of his timeout there. We'll be right back here after this Clearview timeout.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
So South Park down 17-0, but at their own 25, facing a 4th and 5, showed like they were going to go for it. Central Clarion head coach Davey Eagleton decides to take a timeout. That's a good timeout, I think, there, Larry.
Absolutely.
I mean, you get the ball here and score again, and it could change everything. And it just shows you how desperate South Park is right now that they're thinking that they're going to go for it here.
You know, it is close where I don't know if they jump off sides, whether it would give them a first down or not.
But they're going to go for it as Lenzy goes under center here.
And this is generally that off-tackle power play they run. We'll lead back through that back.
He's trying to get him to jump, and now they're going to hand it off here, and he's not going to get it. Wow. He's not even going to be close to getting it.
Wow.
DeRue is stopped at the 27, 28-yard line, and now Central Clarion up 17-0, has wonderful field position once again at the 27 of South Park.
And Mr. Hepful, again, comes in, slices through, and makes the tackle on that
They're going to mark it at the 27. I mean, he didn't get anywhere close to the first down there. And, Larry, I don't mean to question coaches, but, boy, does that just feel like a panic move from Brian Abbey right there.
It sure is.
There's just no other way to put it. I mean, Brian Abbey just basically handed Central Clarion field goal range right now. And now they're going to hand it off here to Harrison. Harrison looks to bounce it up top, and he's going to be met and dropped for a loss. That is number 52.
That's Cunningham.
That is Troy Cunningham.
That's Troy.
I'm a little surprised that Davey and company didn't go up top there and just try to put this game away right there with a pass.
I agree. That's usually something he does do, especially in that kind of turnover situation here.
So second down and 11 now, back at the 28-yard line. 9:47 on a running second quarter clock. Second quarter brought to you by Verischetti Holding, 17-0 Wildcats. They're going to keep it with Ferguson. Ferguson's got a lot of room. He cuts at the 20. He's still on his feet at the 15. He's at the 10. Touchdown! Central Clarion. It's a Temple touchdown. Jace Ferguson from 28 yards out. And the Wildcats have a 23-0 lead.
Such a blessing to be able to come and watch a player like him, and just the way he's able to pick his holes and run. He's definitely a very special player.
9:30 to go here in quarter number 2, and Central Clarion leads 23-0. Euchre on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Harrison, the kick is up. That kick is good, and the Wildcats have taken a 24-0 lead here early in quarter number 2. We'll be right back after these messages. It's 24-0 Central Clarion on Delta Contractor and Design High School Football.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion.
Back here at the Pegues Sports Complex, where Central Clarion has a 24-0 lead with 9:30 to go in the second quarter, brought to you by Verischetti Holdings. Companies in the Verischetti Holdings Group include Phoenix Innovative Metals, Superior Energy Resources, Allegheny Electric Services, and Verischetti & Sons Incorporated. Find out more at VerischettiHoldings.com.
We've got both Kenyon Brown and number 6 Robert Lindsay, and I've already talked about both of them are good runners. I mean, Lindsay was second leading rusher on the team.
So Euchre to kick it off from the 40, another DE Sports kickoff for the Wildcats. As Euchre sends it deep and high, and it's going to bounce and then bounce out of bounds, and we'll see what Brian Abbey decides to do here.
I'm going to guess 35-yard line. He's going to take it.
Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. As it goes out of bounds at the 19, and that's another mistake. I mean, Central Clarion's up 24-0, but it's not like it's been a clean game for the Wildcats so far.
No.
So let's see if this is what they're going to elect to do. They are going to elect to take it at the 35, it looks like. So that'll be the best starting field position for the Eagles here at their own 35-yard line. They've been outgained in this game 172 yards to 9. So they're going to go out of the gun here. Lindsay out of the gun. He's got 2 receivers to his right. DeRue is the sidecar, and he's going to hand it to DeRue. DeRue's going to try to bounce it outside, and he's going to be bounced out of bounds. A loss there on the play of a yard or two, is the last guy on his hand was number 22, Ethan Rex.
That was a nice defensive stop by Matt Alston, forcing him to.
I'm going to mark it all the way back at the 32, a loss of 3 on the play.
Well, this is a gentleman that had rushed for over 1,800 yards.
He'll bring up a second down, and we'll call it 13. Out of the gun. They're going to throw it. It's a short throw. It's over there to number 14, Nathan Walls, and Walls is going to be dropped for a loss. Right now, Central Clarion's defense is doing whatever it wants to South Park. I don't know if I've ever seen a District 9 team dominate a WPIAL team the way that the Wildcats are dominating this game right now.
I'll tell you what, Coach, got to give a coaching staff great credit. Dave Louder right there. We got big Peyton Ward coming in from North Clarion High School, coming in on that 5-front defense.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 17 back at the 28-yard line. 3rd and 17. It's a Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. 3rd down for South Park. They trail Central Clarion 24-0, 8:20 on a running first half clock. Lindsay looks to throw. Looking downfield, throws it. He's got a man there, and it's just out of the reach of number 9, Logan Ludwig, and it'll bring up a 4th down, but there's a couple of flags down at about the 30. Those are generally in the area, I would think, of either holding or an illegal man downfield. We'll see what the call is.
I don't see number 3 coming on the field.
It is a hold on South Park, and I would imagine that Central Clarion is going to decline that. They do. And that'll bring up a 4th and 17, and now they're going to send the punting unit out after failing to make it on their last 4th down, which was 4th and 5. And now this is where I think, Larry, you've got to be weary of the fake punt, because South Park has nothing to lose at this point in time.
Absolutely.
They have they're down 24-0 with 8:08 to play in the first half. Nothing is going their way. They've got a total of, my goodness, they've got a total of 2 yards of offense.
I'm glad to have Kenyon Brown covered out here.
Well, they're going to kick it here.
He is back deep. He's deeper than.
Yeah, Rex is way back there. I haven't seen anything out of Burnett that would tell me he can kick it that deep.
Oh, my. I think you could be right. Nope.
He's going to kick it, and it's going to be a bounce, and then Rex touches it at the 35. He's at the 40, the 45. He's got room. He's over midfield. He's going to put his head down and get inside South Park territory at about the 43-yard line. So it was a dangerous pickup by Rex, but it works out to his advantage and the Wildcats' advantage.
I think the officials missed something right there.
Thought there was a little bit of a late hit there.
Yeah, I mean, like 5 yards outside in the blue here.
They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 44, but again, great field position for the Wildcats after the 37-yard punt with a 21-yard return. 7:55 to go here in quarter number 2, brought to you by Verisketty Holdings. Central Clarion at the 44, South Park already leading 24-0.
I'd like to see him go up right over here.
Ferguson out of the gun. Sawicki and Burford are the wide receivers. Harrison is the tailback. They're going to fake it. Now they're going to run it with Ferguson. Ferguson's got huge room. He's at the 30. He cuts at the 30. It will go out of bounds at the 29. It's a first down for the Wildcats.
That Eric DeRue, he had him turned around out there.
It's a pickup of 15 on the play for Central Clarion. They will have a first down and 10 at the South Park 29 as we're at the 7:46 mark of quarter number 2.
Quarter number 2.
So Ferguson will go with Rex and Burford out here to his right, and he's going to hand it to Harrison. Harrison stutter steps, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and he will be dropped for no gain.
Play was just a little bit too soon. Now we got a flag.
Late flag on the play.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is all about.
So,
well, let's see. They're moving the players away, and then they're going to discuss what happened. Let's see. That was a no gain there for Harrison. Officials are huddling up here for this Bruno Iafrito wrestling camp penalty call, and they're still talking about it. Wow, they are still discussing this one, Larry.
Well, I was making a comment over here. I watched Wyatt.
Hold on, here we go. We're going to get it here. We're going to get the call here. Let's find out what it is. Oh, it is a personal foul on. I think they just kicked the kid out of the game.
Well, I can't imagine. Parker.
Oh, I think Parker Cunningham just got thrown out of the game.
77.
Oh, 77. Parker Cunningham just got thrown out of the game, I believe.
Loss.
And why is the ball still sitting at the 30-yard line after that? Oh, I think Parker Cunningham just got thrown out of the game. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. And now they're going to have to mark it off from the 30-yard line here. It should take it to the 15. I don't know why they haven't marked the penalty yet.
I think the officials have to do it right. And this is a big concern now with the score the way it is right now.
Wow, he had to have thrown a punch or something, Larry, to get thrown out there.
Oh, it has to. Yeah, it had to have been a punch. A punch, a kick, anything like that would have been mean,
So
those
that's
are
going to put
things
the
that
ball
are good.
inside the Pizza Hut red zone to the 15-yard line. And Parker Cunningham, we believe, has been thrown out of this football game.
He was escorted out, and he was written up.
So it's inside the Pizza Hut red zone. Nobody out Pizza the Hut. PizzaHut.com. First down and 10 for the Wildcats, up 24-0. Ferguson will hand it off to Rex. Rex bounces. Rex still bouncing. Rex will be tackled at about the 11-yard line, maybe the 12, and we have another flag. And I think this one might be on South Park again. Is the frustration of the Eagles. The WPIAL champions are just getting manhandled right now by the District 9 champion Wildcats. There's just no other way to put it right now, Larry. I've never seen anything quite like it in my time in District 9.
It looked like a clean tackle to me by
I think it was
DeRue.
further down the field. I don't know what exactly happened. It was down the field. Is they're going to mark Rex down at the 12.
Looks like DeRue's reacting to it, though. I mean,
And it is another personal foul. It's a half the distance penalty on South Park. That'll move it to the 6, where it'll be, I believe, first and goal from the 6.
Score 24-0 right now. Central Clarion. Big score here could
So
be
Ferguson
huge.
out of the gun from the 6. He will. Now more flags go down. And they're going to have offside on South Park. And the South Park faithful in front of us are not happy right now. So offside on the Eagles. That'll bring it to the 3-yard line, where it'll be first and goal at the 3 for Central Clarion.
Well, here's a good opportunity. I would tell this young coach to take a timeout, talk to your kids, get them calmed down. Game is not over.
Ferguson out of the gun with Rex the sidecar. Ferguson's going to take it himself up the middle. It's a Tempa supply touchdown for the Wildcats, who now lead 30-0 with 6:48 to go in the quarter number 2. I'm sorry, 29-0. Oh, no, it is 30-0. No, it's 30-0. Larry,
24-6.
yeah, that's 30. So Jace Ferguson, another touchdown. That's his 4th. And now on to kick the extra point at the 6:48 mark is Thomas Euchert. The kick is up. That kick is good. And the Wildcats of Central Clarion are destroying South Park 31-0 with 6:48 to go in quarter number 2. We'll be right back after these messages. With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Central Clarion.
You know what, Larry? I just realized that we were off the air there when we went back from commercial. And so South Park has the ball at the 45-yard line of the Wildcats after a nice pass play and then a 15-yard penalty. And here's DeRue, and DeRue is going to be stopped at the 45. So I do apologize, folks, for the delay there with the audio not working right. Little technical difficulty, including Chris just not turning the clock back on.
Well, we got 3:52, and Clarion's winning 31-0. South Park has completed a big pass, if you missed that, and they were aided by an interference call.
Yeah, and after the big pass got him out to the 50, they threw a big pass to Brown to the 50, and then a 15-yard loss as Brown caught a ball and tried to go backwards on it and was dropped for a 15-yard loss, and then Central Clarion got called for the 15-yard pass interference, and now we're going to get a timeout. We'll keep it here for you. As again, we do apologize for that. It's a Clairview timeout. Larry, so just to get people back caught up there again, since we were off the air there for a couple of seconds, after the Central Clarion touchdown, the kickoff came back to the 20-yard line for South Park. They were facing a third down where they threw a nice pass out to Brown that got all the way to midfield. And from there, they
took a quick screen to Kenyon Brown, who tried to make something more than he should have and lost about 50 yards.
All the way back to the 35, then a 5-yard pickup, and then the 15-yard penalty. And now that was where you picked us back up with DeRue getting dropped for the loss.
So we're coming up with a fourth down decision, which South Park is definitely going to go for it here.
Yeah, as we're down to 3:21 to go here in the quarter.
So what Central Clarion has done is that off-tackle power play, they've done such a great job. He's got to look for getting something out of his hands quickly.
So looking to throw here is Lindsay over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Markovich, and it'll go back over on downs to the Wildcats. At the 45-yard line.
Was that ball tipped at all?
I could not tell whether it was tipped or not.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get what's going on now?
I don't know. Was there a penalty?
I'm not sure what's going on. Not sure they know what's going on.
255.
I'm not sure anybody knows what's going on.
Maybe they've got the first down marker going this way.
Yeah, with 2:55 to go, I'm not sure what's going on here.
Their defense is on the field, and Central Clarion's offense is out.
I think they're resetting the clock. I think it should actually say 3:11 or 3:14. And that's, I think, what the problem was I think the clock just kept running, and now they're going to say 3:15 on the clock.
Yeah. I'm not sure why South Park.
I had 3:11 on the clock, but they're going to say 3:15 on the clock. So 3:15 to go here in the first half. Jace Ferguson out of the gun, looks to throw. He's looking. He's going to go deep for Burford. Burford's got a step. Oh, he dropped the football at the 20-yard line. Ethan Burford got a step on Lindsay and then dropped the ball at the 20.
A nice little setup over here he faked the hitch and he took off. He's probably 2 or 3 yards. It went right through his arms. Of all the catches that he's made this season, and just every once in a while, hey.
It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. 3:06 to play, first half, 31-0 in favor of Central Clarion. If you're just joining us, 4 Jace Ferguson touchdown runs and a field goal by Thomas Euchert. Ferguson out of the gun again. Ferguson is going to hand it to Rex. There's a flag down immediately. Rex is going to pick up a first down as he carries ball carriers all the way over the 40-yard line of South Park. But there are a pair of markers down, including one at the 45-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a chop block on Central Clarion. So each team has now been called for a chop block in this game. Must have been a point of emphasis going in.
I mean, they are, once inside the tackles, I know that they've done that.
So that'll take it all the way back to the 30-yard line now. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and a country mile. 2nd and 25 for the Wildcats at the 30-yard line. worst place they've been on the football field all day.
Yes. And again, the score, folks, is 31-0 if you're just joining us.
Central Clarion in the lead here in the Veriskety Holdings second quarter.
I guess you might say this is the worst adversity they've faced tonight to this point.
So they're going to send Burford to the near side, well, to our near side, which is the home sideline. Central Clarion's on the far sideline. Ferguson looks to throw as he rolls. Now he pulls it back. Now he's going to stutter step. Now he's going to run it. He's over the 35. He's over the 40 and out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That is where they're going to mark him out, at the 40. So it's a pickup of 10. It'll bring up a third down and about 15.
And South Park that time did a pretty good job covering receivers, and also on top of that,
Central Clarion kind of made it so they only had one side of the field they could throw to, though, by immediately rolling Jace to the left, leaving Burford, who was over here to the right, really not a receiver that was part of the play plan there. So it's going to be a third down and 15. Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, third down for the Wildcats at their own 40-yard line. 2:28 to go here in the first half. Ferguson out of the gun. Ferguson back to throw. Ferguson looks, throws over the middle, overthrows Ethan Rex. And that'll bring up a fourth down, and I'd imagine a punting situation for the Wildcats.
Boy, I don't think he saw it over here. I think Cohen Kemmer came wide open.
So now will they have Euchred punt? Euchred's been punting, was the punter at the beginning of the year, but we'll see who's punting here. They're going to have Rex.
Yeah, I watched Rex warm up.
So Rex is going to be the punter. They're going to send Brown back deep, standing at about his own 23. Now Rex rolls to his right, rugby-style kick, kicks it high and out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. We'll see if that's where they mark it. I think that's where they're going to mark it. That is where they're going to mark it. So finally, South Park's able to slow down the Central Clarion offense and force a punt, and Rex boots it 30 yards out of bounds. So with 2:22 to go here in quarter number 2, South Park, who gets the football to start the second half, if they could score here and then score coming out of the half, it could all of a sudden get them back into the football game.
No question.
So Lenz is going to go in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, single receiver to his left is Brown. DeRue is the sidecar. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Central Clarion not getting much pressure. Now they do. Hindman chasing, throwing, and it is thrown away by, that was actually Matt Alston on the pressure. And now we got a flag down
here. 5
here.
yards. It's 5 yards. Kenyon Brown had a quick start there. I didn't think they saw it at first, but then the flag came down.
Well, we'll see if that's what it is. It's a, no, they're calling a hold, it looks like.
And then they missed Kenyon.
Yeah, it's a hold.
52, that's Mr. Cunningham.
So a hold on South Park. We'll move the ball back to the 20-yard line, where it'll be second down or first down again in 20. That is penalty number 6 on South Park for 35 yards. Clarion's been penalized 7 times for 64 yards. They lead, Central Clarion does, 31-0 with 2:14 to play here in the first half. Out of the gun is Len. Sidecar is DeRue. 3 receivers to his right, single receiver to his left. Looking to throw. Going to come back here on a screen to DeRue, and Ethan Rex said, not on my watch, breaks it up. It'll bring up a second down and 10.
And DeRue's coming off to the side right there. He's holding his chest right there. Ethan, just as the ball came, Ethan hit him.
So it'll bring up a second down and 20. Now the best player, 2 of the best players, is they've already lost Parker Cunningham, who we do believe was thrown out of this game.
So they got a 2-by-2 formation here, folks, with 209.
So Lenz will hand it off here to number 4. That is Naper, and Naper will get up over the 25 to the 26, and now Davey Eagleton uses a timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network.
Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com.
So back here, it'll be a 3rd down and 14 after that 6-yard gain by Napier with 2:02 to play in the first half. It is the Verischetti Holdings second quarter. Going to go out of the shotgun again with Lenz. Napier again is the sidecar. 2 receivers to each side. Snap, handoff. Nope. Lenz is going to keep it himself. He's going to try to outrun Rex to the sideline. He does. He breaks another tackle. He's got a first down and more. He's still on his feet across the 50 to the 47, and there's a late flag. 2 late flags on the play. I don't know what the guy over here saw. There wasn't anybody over here, but we'll find out. So Lenz is able to keep it himself, takes it all the way to the 48-yard line of Central Clarion, and there's a flag down. It's a face mask on the Wildcats on top of that. That is a big one. I think, again, another big face mask, a 15-yarder. They're going to mark that down at the 33-yard line. So best field position now for
and you got DeRue's back in. So really in 4-play territory this time. So look for him to run the ball. That's their all.
And LaRue will run it to about the 30-yard line.
You picked up, it looks like, what, 3, maybe 4 yards? Close to 4.
So DeRue will
1:30 clock's running.
Get it to the 29-yard line. They're not in any hurry here at all. 2nd down and 6.
Let's look over here on this side, this Kenyon Brown.
So they're going to look to throw. They're looking to throw down the middle of the field, and Ferguson almost intercepts it at the 5. He had it and dropped it. So Ferguson, looking for his 10th interception of the season, just dropped that ball. And now with 1:06 to go, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Go back to that timeout that Davey Eagleton called. You know, sometimes you just have to be satisfied with where the score is, as opposed to trying to get it to be more when you're up 31-0. It's kind of set this up for them. I understand what he was trying to do, maybe get into the mercy rule before halftime, but instead it's given a little bit of life here to South Park.
Yes.
So 3rd and 6 from the 29. Out of the gun again is Lindsay. He's going to keep it himself.
Same thing.
And he is going to be tackled at about the 27-yard line. Getting over there to make the stop was Briggs Beckwith. And now timeout called by South Park. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here. 31-0 Central Clarion. 1 minute to go here in quarter number 2.
Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can reach in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
So back here, the ball will be marked at, it looks like, the 27-yard line.
And they have about, it looks like 4 yards for a first.
That would be about right. So they're going to go out of the shotgun here. Bunches to the left. Now they're going to put one of them in motion, and they're going to look to throw it. Back to throw is Lindsey. Feels the pressure. He's going to run. Now he's going to throw it, and he throws it incomplete. Oh, he had a guy out there in the first down area. That was number 9, Logan Ludwig. Instead, it's an incomplete pass and turnover on downs.
It's one of the things that I constantly talk about with quarterbacks. I mean, he's running to the sidelines, trying to throw the ball back across his chest. You're not going to be very accurate that way. You need to get yourself turned to come up the field. Keep your eyes, and that's where Jace does such a great job, Chris. So we'll see what Central Clarion does here, Chris. See if they decide to sit on this ball or if they're gonna try to take it down the field.
If I'm Central Clarion, I'm sitting on this, but Davey Eagleton and I don't generally see eye to eye in offensive philosophy.
And he's going possibly to the state.
Yeah. They're going to flip pass it here to Rex. Rex finds a crease up over the 30. He's at the 40. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30. Brown is chasing him at the 20. He's out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Ethan Rex. Oh, my goodness.
Goodness is right. Oh, my goodness. We are down at the 10-yard line.
As they enter the Pizza Hut red zone. At the 10-yard line goes Ethan Rex as he goes for 63 yards on that little flip pass. And only the speed of Kenyon Brown was able to track him down.
And Ethan's pretty fast.
Now you change the entire philosophy of what you're trying to do here. As Ferguson's going to put Rex in motion, and Ferguson's going to keep it himself. Ferguson dances. Ferguson's at the 1. Ferguson into the end zone for a Tempa Supply and Service touchdown. And Central Clarion is 30 seconds away from having this game in the Mercy Rule.
They have mercy rolled every team. Not yet.
Still 30 seconds to go in the half. The Mercy Rule doesn't start till the second half. You got to be up.
Right.
They're up 37-0 right now as Euchred on to kick the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up. That kick is perfect. And Central Clarion has jumped ahead with 30 seconds to go in the half. They lead an incredible 38-0 here in a state semifinal game. They are basically doing what South Park has done in AA for a number of years, just completely running a team out of the building right now, Larry.
Absolutely. It's what a spectacular run there. I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, if it's just a shuffle pass, they're maybe looking to see if they can get some yardage, maybe to throw a deep ball, and he makes a beautiful cut coming back all the way across the field to the right here and almost taking it in the end zone. And then what do you say about Jace? Jace just kind of swerves himself up through the middle of the field right there to score. And 30 seconds to go in this first half, folks, with Central Clarion 38.
That was a two-play. That was a two-play 73-yard drive that took 22 seconds. I don't even know. You know, I'm out of words. Yeah. I'm legitimately out of words. Euchre kicks it up. It's going to be bounced and fielded at the 10-yard line. That is Lenzy, and Lenzy's going to be out over the 20 to about the 22-yard line.
I'm trying to pick up the tackle again on that play. I think was
going to actually mark that. I think at the 23, maybe. Where are they going to put it down? Put it down, guys. So I can
Looked
see
like
where it's
Connor
going.
Connor Eberhardt again. It looks like him. He's been their gunner going down that field.
So down at the 23-yard line with 23 seconds to go in the half. Central Clarion currently outgaining South Park 275 yards to 60.
Now, if I'm South Park, this is the last thing you want to do is throw an interception.
Well, yeah, but you've got to now get the game out of the Mercy Rule, though, Larry. Yeah. Like, you can't go in with the ball game in the Mercy Rule. They're going to hand it off to Daru, and Daru gets out to the 25-yard line. I mean, I know the chance of you winning the game are pretty slim at this point, but still, they almost go to zero if you're in the Mercy Rule. And that's where we're going to be because this clock is going to wind down. And the Wildcats of Central Clarion, one of the most impressive halves in District 9 football playoff history. They lead South Park 38-0. 0 at the break. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to High School Football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by Delta Contractors and Design.
You've got dreams. Might even be something big. Imagine what you could do with the right solutions. Secured against evolving threats and set up to make the right decisions faster. At Acrisure, we help protect and grow everything you've worked so hard to build. We are the brightest people using the best of technology. We are an extraordinary advantage for you. We are Acrisure.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Located at 500 Broad Street, Red Bank Chevrolet is proud to be your new Bethlehem auto dealer, offering a wide variety of new cars and trucks, as well as certified used vehicles. We also welcome our Brookville, Pittsburgh, Katanning, and Oil City customers, and are committed to placing the keys of the right vehicle in your hands. What are you waiting for? Stop by and see us today, or give us a call at 814-275-2410.
Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com. Whether retirement is just around the corner or years away, John Bongiovanni, Lucas Slazak, and Adam Jack of Generational Wealth Management in Erie and Bradford are here for you. John, a Forbes-recognized best-in-state wealth advisor, Lucas and Adam provide customized investment advisory solutions and retirement planning services. Generational Wealth Management offers world-class investment services and internationally recognized insurance products from Northwestern Mutual, an industry leader. The Generational Wealth Management team provides a high level of expertise and service to their professional and business clients. Contact the Erie office at 814-651-0838 or the Bradford office at 814-368-4065 or check them out online at gwm.nm.com. When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. Back here at Pegues Sports Complex in Farrell, Pennsylvania, Central Clarion leads WPIAL champion South Park 38-0 at halftime. The Wildcats have done pretty much whatever they've wanted to do whenever they've wanted to do it, as we now enter the Ascendance Truck Center halftime show. Truck buying at its finest. Ascendance Truck Center, previously Zocro Motors, has been in the same location since 1940 and is part of the largest international dealer network in Pennsylvania. At Ascendance Truck Center in Clarion, you get the same great service to customers with the same great people serving you. Visit us in person on the Greenville Pike or online at ascendancetrucks.com. Let's take a look at our game stats here. Central Clarion outgaining South Park 275 yards to 62. That includes 145-51 on the ground. Jace Ferguson, 13 carries, 116 yards, 5 touchdowns in the first half for Mr. Ferguson. Meanwhile, Eric DeRue came in with how many yards, Larry?
Over 1,860-some yards.
12 carries for 12 yards. Pretty much to explain everything. Ferguson also 3 of 8 passing for 130 yards on the night. Robert Lindsay, 3 of 9 passing for 11 yards for South Park. Lindsey also the leading rusher for the Eagles, 5 carries for 32 yards. We'll also take a look here at our scoring summary. Those stats, by the way, brought to you by Jenny Montgomery Scott in Clarion. No matter where you are in life, just starting out in your peak earning years, nearing retirement, or contemplating your legacy, Jenny Montgomery Scott is here for you. When you work with us, it's about going beyond investing. It's about connecting your life and your finances. JennyClarion.com. Hunter Station Golf Club scoring summary. Nothing makes a better Christmas gift for that golfer in your life than a membership at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. And they have a bonus weekend going on this weekend at the restaurant. You can go up there and get some food tomorrow.
Ooh, wow.
So let's take a look at that scoring summary for the Wildcats. It started with a 39-yard Thomas Euchert field goal, 10:05 left in the first quarter. Then at the 5-minute mark of the first quarter, Jace Ferguson, 5-yard touchdown run. Euchert the extra point, 10-0 Wildcats. 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Ferguson, another 5-yard run. Euchert the kick, 17-0 Central Clarion. 9:30 to go in quarter number 2, right after what I still think is a panic move by Brian Abbey going for it. From his own 25-yard line on 4th down. Jace Ferguson goes 28 yards to pay dirt, 24-0 Wildcats. Then Ferguson again, this time from 3 yards out with 6:48 to go. It was 31-0. Then Ethan Rex, the big 63-yard catch on the little pitch pass. That led to a 10-yard Jace Ferguson touchdown run. That put us in the mercy rule. It's 38-0. Central Clarion has mercy ruled another opponent this year. Every team they've played, they've mercy ruled. Every game but one has been a mercy rule, as Karn City, the second time around, was able to keep it within, I think it was 18 or 20.
Absolutely.
So we'll return here after these messages. You're watching or listening to High School Football on the YDL Sports Network. 38-0 Central Clarion at the half.
Fran Morelli Sales and Service is a family-owned and operated used car dealership and auto repair facility that has been serving Brockway, Pennsylvania since 1976. At Fran Morelli Sales and Service, we stock a wide variety of used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. You never have to worry about buying a vehicle from us, with each of our vehicles in our inventory going through a rigorous inspection process to make sure that your vehicle is in the best condition. Call our team of experts today at 814-265-1330 and check us out at franmorelli.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tonesta, Tonesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tonesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tonestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Are you planning for retirement, looking for other investment opportunities? Then you want to stop by Best Wealth Management at the Corners in Shippenville. At Best Wealth Management, they'll plan, invest, and secure for you. Call Matt Best today at 814-227-2800 or visit them online today.
Security and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, registered investment advisor, member FINRA, SIPC.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Sintered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verschetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
Creating champions is what we do at the Garage in Shippenville. The Garage is Clarion County's premier indoor hitting and pitching facility, offering one-on-one instruction to athletes of all ages. Join one of our group sessions now by contacting the Garage at 814-918-2123. And did you know the Garage is more than just about baseball and softball? We now have the True Golf Simulator where you can hone your game all year round. Like the Garage on Facebook today. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com.
Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Back here at the Pegues Sports Complex, we're at the half with Central Clarion up 38-0 on South Park. Let's take a look at our Pizza Hut scoreboard. In a stunner at Memorial Stadium in Clarion right now, Port Allegany all over Fort Cherry, 32-0. 32-0 over a team that went to the state championship game a year ago, has Penn State recruit Matt Sieg at quarterback. Granted, he's not going to go to Penn State to play quarterback, but Port Allegany up 32-0, looking for its first ever trip to a state championship game. The team that the winner of this game would play, Troy leads Riverside 21-14 at the half. Also in single A, Bishop Guilfoyle 21, Muncie nothing at halftime. Northwest Lehigh 14, Danville 7 in 3A. Avonworth trailing Penn Cambria 6-3. Thomas Jefferson lost to Lampeter Strasburg earlier today in a game that they once led by 16 points. They ended up losing that game in 4A. So that is your Pizza Hut scoreboard. We're going to step aside real quick one more time here. We'll be back with Central Clarion winning 38-0 at the half over South Park.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300-plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
22 years of the best wrestling camp you've never heard of. That's the Bruno Alfredo Wrestling Camp, which will be held June 16th through the 20th, 2025 in Port Allegany, PA, and will feature a star-studded lineup of clinicians. And don't forget about the blowout picnic to close out the festivities. It's legendary. Find out more at teambruno.org and like them on Facebook. We'll see you in June in Port Allegany, PA. You'll always score a great deal on your mobile home and other home improvement supplies when you go to Tempa Supply and Service, located next to Showcase Homes in Rays Corners, halfway between Clarion and Shippenville. Tempa Supply and Service is your one-stop shop for high-quality home parts, including doors, windows, furnaces, steps, and essential supplies.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside. That now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
At Clairview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, we are committed to our community by providing advanced medical care and services at our skilled nursing center, while also providing a setting for seniors who require minimal assistance with their daily routine at our Country Springs Personal Care Home. Our services aim to enhance self-esteem and encourage a fulfilling lifestyle. Clairview Nursing and Rehab Center and Country Springs Personal Care Home share a beautiful campus right outside of Sligo and are less than 10 minutes from the center of Clarion. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JannyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
All American HQ custom apparel and engraving can do almost anything on almost everything. We're your one-stop shop for your custom needs. All American HQ custom apparel and engraving. We can do almost any.
Back inside the Ascendance Truck Center halftime show, where Central Clarion leads 38-0. Let's take a look at our Rehab Center second half adjustments with 8 locations to serve you, including in Clarion, Brookville, and Katanning. The Rehab Center always makes the right adjustments. The Rehab Center, chiropractors caring for help. TheRehabCenters.com. Old English spelling of centers with the R-E-S at the end. And Larry, if you're Central Clarion, I'm not really sure there's any adjustments you need to make.
No, I mean, if any one thing, I would expect that South Park is going to at least try to get back into the game by throwing the ball. And so they have been running a 5-man front, which was really the first time they've done it this year. Really well designed by the Central Clarion staff, and they took away what you want to do in defense, what they like to do best, and they did it. When you take a running back who was setting all kind of records for the history of the school district, and he's 12 yards tonight?
Yeah, 12 yards on 12 carries.
12 yards tonight and 12 carries. I mean, it's just so. I would expect if they are going to keep him in their offense, that they will try to hit him on some swing passes. And Kenyon Brown obviously is always a threat when he gets the ball. He's got great speed. So we're about 14 seconds. Central Clarion's.
Oh, they're going to get 3 minutes. They'll put 3 minutes back on the clock.
But I'm just saying that how much time was running down here, and going back to you were talking about.
We got an update on that Port Allegany game now. 7:53 to go in the third quarter. It's now Port Allegany 40-8 over Fort Cherry.
Oh wow. What a great day for District 9. What just such a great day. I mean, we talked about how well our young people went down and did in golf and cross country and volleyball. We had moved on in the state playoffs in volleyball, and this is just tremendous. 2 teams setting history.
I mean, Port Allegany and Central Clarion trying to become teams number 4 and 5 all time to make the PIAA championship game. And don't allow anybody to tell you that 6 classifications isn't doing what it's supposed to do, because in the history of District 9 prior to 6 classifications, District 9 had 2 teams go to the football championship game. If both Port Allegany and Central Clarion hold on tonight, that'll be 3 in the last 4 years. And Bob Tonkin's dream of making things more competitive for District 9 is coming true. The late Bob Tonkin was a big proponent of the 6 classes in football. That's why we're at 6 classifications in football, and it's working exactly the way it was supposed to.
Definitely a guy I hold in reverence. He was just what he did for football and District 9 sports, period, was something else. We have some great programs. I mean, our basketball teams have done well over the years. Our track teams, obviously, our people in track programs.
Well, the Clarion baseball team obviously winning a state championship just 2 years ago. Noah Harrison was on that team, the starting running back for the for Clarion. Central Clarion tonight was on that Clarion team. I asked Noah, I'm like, what can you bring to your teammates about being at this level and being able to go to the next level? And, Noah's like, hey, look, it's just about go out and do what you always do. It sounds cliche-ish, right? But at the end of the day, if you just go out and you do what you know you can do it. And, I mean, they're sitting here right now 24 minutes away with a running clock from doing something that I think that you, me, and Clyde Conti talked about way back in 1998, Larry. Yes. I go back to that first year that I was at the Clarion News, and I remember walking off the game field at CL talking to Clyde. And CL had just beaten you guys at Clarion that night. And Clyde looks at me, he's like, Chris, we should be together as one program. And then you and I talked about that for so many years, Larry. We would sit there in the locker room in the preseason, or just when I'd stop over after a game or whatever, covering it, and we would discuss how these 2 programs should be together and what the possibility could be if they were together. And you're seeing that this year. You're seeing that tonight.
Absolutely. And, these kids have played baseball. They play baseball together. They go to the same churches together. And they honestly live, blocks apart from each other. That's what's always been kind of the crazy thing at Clarion. But I mean, to be honest with you, over the years, both programs were able to host big numbers, and when it finally came down in 2019, it was a situation where both schools were really having trouble fielding the type of numbers you need to have a team and not put people out on the field too young, where they would risk being hurt and so forth like that. And you got to give a lot of kudos to the coaching staff here.
Larry, quick update, though, on that scoreboard. It's actually 32-8. Brian Hagberg's like, I don't know why I sent you 40-8. It's 32-8. So Fort Cherry still in that game, down 3 scores with, about 19 minutes to go. So that game's not over yet at 32-8. This one, while not over, I think is pretty much over because we're in a running clock, and that makes such a difference. That getting that last touchdown for the Wildcats to put this game into the running clock, it makes the task for South Park all that more difficult as Euchre getting ready to kick off here as we get ready to start quarter number 3. Third quarter brought to you by... Got to flip the page to tell you the third quarter is brought to you by. Third quarter brought to you by Acrisure. Acrisure with location in DuBois, the official insurance provider of the YDL Sports Network. The DE Sports kickoff. Another touchback for Mr. Touchback, Thomas Euchre.
What an asset. I'm so jealous. I'll tell you. They have a kicker and I had some good kickers over the year, but this kid is just so consistent about kicking them into the end zone.
It's so great that he was able to come back, as that clock will just start running. That's what I'm talking about. Like that, normally that clock doesn't run. Now he's trying to get it to run, but there it goes. And see, now it's running. It wouldn't have run before. If we weren't in the mercy rule, that clock would not be moving before this snap is taken.
It's kind of interesting to see what they do here, if they're going to come out throwing the ball.
Out of the gun, low snap. Looking to throw is Lindsay. Lindsay over the middle, incomplete. Was looking for Markovich, but Markovich was maybe off a little bit of his route. He just kind of like knocked his head. Like, I can't believe I was not where I was supposed to be.
Well, the pass wasn't a real good pass, to be honest with you.
Again, with that mercy rule, the clock will run even after an incomplete pass. So we're down to 11:20 to play already in this third quarter.
And so Clarion come back out and it's got its 5 front again.
It'll be second down now in 10. They're going to go in the I formation. Markovich, the fullback, and they're going to hand it to DeRue, and DeRue is going to maybe get a couple of yards, but no more, out to the 22-yard line.
This will bring up third down again. If you're just tuning in, it's 38-0 Central Clarion.
Jace Ferguson, 5 rushing touchdowns tonight, and a field goal by Thomas Euchre of 39 yards in the cold. That actually might be the most impressive thing we've seen all night.
But that's another thing. We don't even talk about it. I mean, a night like this, that football hurts. It hurts.
So it'll bring up third down, and we'll call it 8 here from the 22-yard line. They're going to go empty look here. Lindsay takes the snap, back to throw. Looking deep downfield. He throws it, and he overthrows everybody, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And he was trying to hit Nathan Waltz on that play, number 14.
Obviously not what South Park is good at, coming from behind, and looks like they're going to send out the punt crew here. I go back to when it was 17-0, and they went for it, and from their own 25-yard line. It screamed of... It screamed of panic at the time. I know it was 17-0, but it screamed of panic. It screamed of we can't stop this team. And when they didn't get it, that I think was the final blow as they get a guy on late. In fact, they had one guy come on late and another trying to get on. Now they're going to pull him off. Play clock down to 10. And now we're going to reset the play clock. And now here's the snap. Punt is away. It's a low line driver. Rex will get out of the way. And it'll die at the 40-yard line of the Wildcats.
And going back to that call, I mean, the other way you might look at it is that he had that much confidence that he could, he's got one of the top runners in the WPIAA, first team all conference, and Eric Dewar, and his quarterback was all conference, second team, and felt at that point that they needed where the score was at that point to get it, and unfortunately it didn't go their way.
So Central Clarion takes over, clock running under 9 minutes now. Ferguson will put Rex in motion. He'll flip it to him. Rex looking for the edge, now cuts it up. He's going to have a first down and more. He's at the 45. He's at the 40. Across the 40 to the 35 and out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So pick up of 28 for Ethan Rex on that little flip pass.
And great block by Noah Harrison on Kenyon Brown. Kenyon Brown is an all-conference linebacker for the South Park. He come out and sealed him in and gave Ethan that sideline.
Gets him to the 32, so pickup of 28 on the play. And now Wildcats will send Hepful over with the 2 tight end look here. Is now they're talking about it. They don't really know what they're doing right now. They're trying some different things. And now Ferguson out of the gun. Ferguson's going to put Rex in motion. He's going to fake it to him. He wants to throw it. He's flushed out of the pocket. He moves over. Now he's got a wide open Rex. Rex has it at the 30 and slips and goes down. And, boy, I hope Ethan Rex is okay there because he did a split that human beings really shouldn't do. He looks like he's okay, though.
If anything, that'd be a groin pull right there, which is not something you want.
Not at this time. Not with what's coming up potentially on Friday of next week.
That's the first time I've seen somebody slip on the field. I mean, he just literally did it.
Yeah, and you know, if I'm on the coaching staff on the other side, I'm taking note of that.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, I don't know how much longer I want these guys to be in this game. And I know it's something Davey Eagleton likes to do. Is here's a handoff to Rex. Was it a flip pass? It was a flip pass to Rex, and he's going to go down at the 30-yard line this time. So they've gone to that well maybe once too often here, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 for the Wildcats at the 30-yard line, down to 7 minutes to go in this quick-moving third quarter, brought to you by Acrisure and DuBois. Of course, Acrisure, one of the great agents there is Jake Heigl, the great head coach at Brockway High School. Won the AAA title this year, the Brockway Rovers did.
A great game for them.
They're going to go out of the gun here. 2 receivers to the left. Harrison's the sidecar. And they're going to keep it with Ferguson. Ferguson's got a room. He's at the 20. He cuts in at the 20, makes a guy miss. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, the 5. It is touchdown number 6 for Jace Ferguson. It's another Tempa supply and service score for the Wildcats, who now lead 44-0. Larry, are you actually speechless at this point?
Excuse me, I am speechless. I'm just looking at it. I'm thinking, you know, well, I still shouldn't be thinking the game's not over yet, but honest to God, this is the time we could be going to Central PA next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Larry, that you can feel confident.
We're going to be there Friday.
Kick by Euchert is up. The kick is good. And the Wildcats lead 44-0. We will return after these messages. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Back here at the Pegues Sports Complex in Farrell, 45-0 Central Clarion all over South Park with 6:15 to go here in the Acrisure third quarter. Larry, I've covered many of semifinal games and playoff games in my history of being in District 9 the last 27 years. It's usually the District 9 team that's on the other end of this kind of whipping. It is a rare sight to look up at that scoreboard and see District 9 leading the WPIAL 45-0 in a football game.
I mean, I can't. We've sat here talking about my excitement about where this team has come from and where it's going here. It's just.
So they're going to kick it off here with Euchert. Euchre's kick will go back into the end zone. Another touchback for Mr. Touchback.
Ball hits on the 1 yard line and goes through the end zone.
It just, there's no way to even describe how important that is to a high school football team to have the other team constantly starting at their own 20-yard line.
I don't know if Thomas is getting any offers for football. I know he's such a great soccer player, but he would be, if I was a college recruiter, I'd be looking at him. He can kick field goals. Obviously, his kicking game is just at an all-state level. They're lining up in an I formation here, and I think
they're going to fake it, and Lindsey's going to look to throw, and he throws downfield, and it's incomplete.
Had a receiver open there. It looked like his tight end coming across, and that would be number 25. Or no, number 26. That's how I've been trying to say his name tonight. Harry Buze.
So Port Allegany now leads 46-8. So that game is now in the mercy roll. Folks, we're going to have 2 District 9 teams in Mechanicsburg.
And when is the A game, Chris?
The A game is Thursday. The double A game is Friday. Both games are at 1 o'clock. They're going to go in the Wildcat this time with DeRoe. DeRoe is going to keep it himself. He's going to be strung to the outside, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds for a loss all the way back at the, well, where are they going to mark him out at? It looks like they're going to mark him out at the 13-yard line. My goodness, it's a loss of 7 on the play.
And that's Matt Alstead that time. He says
Alston and Ferguson was also over there. Again, I'm not sure if I love the idea of Chase Ferguson being out there right now with the score 48-0, but it's what Davey Eagleton's done all year, and he knows how I feel about it, but that's okay. That's why he's about to go to a state championship game, and I'm standing up here calling him going to a state championship game. They're going to throw here with Lindsey. Looks over, and he throws it behind DeRue, and it'll be a 4th down, and I guess they're going to punt again here. As we're down to 4:40 to play, or 4:10 to play here in the third quarter.
And the thing I most worry about, Chris, is that you get a team like South Park, which came into this game with such high expectations that their frustration doesn't spill over, and we don't get any thing that was going on basically like in that second quarter, where unfortunately for one of their players who ended up having to leave
Burnett the punt out of his own end zone. It's a high, short kick. It's going to bounce at about the 37, take a South Park roll to their 43, which is where Central Clarion will take over, already leading 45-0 with 3:24 to go here in the third quarter.
And that clock's going to keep moving here, folks. Again, I know I've pointed this out. I mean, such a great defensive strategy, taking away their ground game, forcing them to do something they don't normally do and do well. And that's what's tough. I mean, we talked about South Park being a really good football team, but you've got to be a little more balanced than throwing the ball or running the ball 90% of the time. You got to have something to go to.
It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 43 for the Wildcats. Ferguson looking over to the sideline, and now he's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 2:39 to play here in the third quarter. 45-0 Central Clarion over South Park.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
Back here at the Pegues Sports Complex, 2:39 to go, third quarter. Central Clarion well on its way to a berth in the state championship game for the first time in its short program history and the first time in both Clarion and Clarion Limestone program history. Ferguson will come out of the shotgun here from the 43, their own 43. He's going to hand it to Noah Harrison. Harrison has a hole that you could have run a truck through. He's over the 30, closing in on the 25. He'll be tackled at the 26-yard line.
Wow, the big guy. Look at that little outside fake and came back inside on that play. He's getting some dancing feet there, Noah Harrison.
Central Clarion now up to 352 yards of total offense. South Park has been held to 57.
And Central Clarion's doing a good job at just running the clock down at this point. And there's about 11 seconds on the play clock. Moving down, I'm sure Jace is going to snap at about 2 seconds to go.
Ferguson will hand it to Harrison again. Harrison behind those big linemen slips a little bit and is going to be tackled at the 24-yard line is where they're going to mark him down at.
Tackle on that play, number 57, that for South Park, that would be Ian Hanna.
I saw there was a lot of social media chatter on something called the WPIAL Edition, which is a Facebook page that's obviously dedicated to WPIAL sports, where I heard a lot of how Central Clarion wasn't going to be able to handle South Park's offensive and defensive lines.
Those are always great things you put up on your bulletin board.
I said, guys, South Park hasn't seen a player like Jace Ferguson. And 6 touchdowns later, they've now seen a player like Jace Ferguson.
I know their coach had thought a great deal of Jace coming into this game.
Ferguson will come out of the gun here. It's 2nd down and 9, and he hands it to Harrison, and Harrison straight up the gut, closing in on a 1st down. He'll be a yard or two short. It looks like they're going to mark him at, looks like the 18-yard line.
Hey, Chris, a little bit about Jace. I mean, in talking to his dad a little bit, he looks like he's going to go to school somewhere locally. But his ultimate goal is to become a high school football coach and a teacher, and eventually a high school administrator. And God, I'd love to see the school that he ends up running someday. He's just got such a calm demeanor and positive attitude.
Why did the clock stop? Not sure why the clock stopped there. Now they're going to run it. Is there a player down? I don't think there was.
See one.
No, they're going to have to snap it one more time here in the Acrisure 3rd quarter as the clock's at 20 and the play clock's at 12. 45-0 Central Clarion. Yes, you're hearing that right, folks. Ball was on the ground, and covering it there was, I think it was Harrison.
Right.
No, actually that was 14, Briggs Beckworth who covered that up. So one of the few mistakes offensively made by.
Just a low snap.
That's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter with Central Clarion leading 45-0. We'll be back after these messages. Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695. A good garbage company is like a good long snapper. You don't realize you need one until you don't have one. For a great, dependable garbage service in Clarion County, nobody does it better than Larson's Garbage Service. Locally owned and active in the community for over 50 years, Larson's offers flat rates that are easy to understand with no hidden fees and no contracts. Find out more at larsongarbageservice.com. So it's 4th down, and so that means another field goal attempt here for the Wildcats. So it's going to be a 37-yard attempt for
Thomas Euchert.
So Euchert, who's had a 39-yarder, will try a 37-yarder here to start the quarter. That kick is up. Kick is good. Thomas Euchert, his 2nd field goal of the game. This one from 37 out at the 11:54 mark of quarter number 4 has Central Clarion now leading 48-0. That was against the wind, as Rich Rhodes, standing behind us, just pointed out.
There's like 11:50 left on the clock right now. All right, this is Central Clarion will either play Troy or Riverside at 1 o'clock next Friday. So I'm interested to see what some superintendents are going to do at those particular schools.
Steve Young, you hear that at North Clarion? Joe Carrico, do you hear that at Clarion? Who's the superintendent at CL? I'm not sure who the superintendent at CL is.
We better look that up. I should know that.
Well, one of his principals isn't going to be there, so that should be good enough reason not to, right? Not to have school. Doesn't have one of his administrators. Davey Eagleton, the principal.
I can't imagine his principal wants to be there either.
So now Euchre to kick off here in another DE Sports kickoff. 48-0 Central Clarion. Euchre's kick will bounce at the 10.
Is it gonna
roll out of bounds at the 1 yard line? Second time he's kicked one out of bounds today.
Yeah. I guess he's not flawless, is he?
Well, they're going to spot it here at the 35.
I mean, that's just what a great story about him, and just his persistence about getting back on the football field after having a collapsed lung, and actually going through two.
Matt Alston will also be a starter on 2 state championship playing teams as he joined Noah Ferguson on that state championship baseball team 2 years ago. Thanks to Brian Smale for reminding me of that. I knew there was another one, and I just didn't want to say it out loud because I couldn't remember who the other kid was. But it's Matt Alston and Noah Harrison have both played in state championship games already for the baseball program at Clarion, and now will at the Central Clarion football program. Out of the gun, they're going to hand it to DeRue. DeRue has a little bit of room, and he'll be tackled at about the 37, maybe the 38. And there's a late flag coming in. I think I don't have a number on number 67 over there, but somebody hit a guy late, I think, on the South Park side.
57.
57. That would have been Ian Hanna.
Yeah.
So the run would have taken the ball up to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to take it back.
But they're going to move this back on a personal foul on
and we are on the home side here, and obviously right below us are the South Park fans. They aren't quite happy with that call.
So that'll bring it back to where? The 24-yard line? So it's at the 29 of South Park. No, 24 of South Park, excuse me.
But I want to keep pointing out that Matt
I believe it's second down and 21. So they're going to say that was a dead ball foul. So it's second and 21. So second down and 21. And hand it to DeRue again. DeRue tries to hit the corner, and he's going to just scamper out of bounds after a short gain over there.
Chris, I want to make a point with that defensive front of Central Clarion. We have, one of North Clarion young men coming in here. Peyton Ward's a senior. He's done an outstanding job tonight, along with Matt Austin, and of course, your usual Jimmy Kerr and Hayden Hyman and number 40. 44, Brant Parker has just been talking to Coach Louder, he's just been so
Reagan Parker's in the game now as Jace Ferguson is no longer out there on defense. Thalen Allison's also out there for Central Clarion, Larry. So they're going to go out of the gun here, and they're going to hand it to DeRue. He's going to try to hit. Oh, no, they're going to hand it to Brown that time. And Brown is tripped up. Who made that nice little tackle over there for the Wildcats? Was that was Ethan Burford.
Ethan Burford, number 17.
He makes the trip-up tackle at the where are they going to mark this? Looks like just over the 30 at about the 31-yard line maybe. Yeah, they're going to put it down at the 31, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and a country mile.
And we got 9. Is that 5?
9-11 to go on a running fourth quarter clock. 48-0 Central Clarion, and another punting situation here for South Park is Griffin Burnett will punt it away for the 6th time today. which is, I think, more punts than Central Clarion has had as a team all year.
Looks like they're getting a lot of young people out there.
It's back deep. It's no longer Rex. And now the punt is blocked. The punt is blocked by Briggs Beckwith. He'll pick it up at the 15, and he'll be at the 10, and then he spikes it. And I don't know if anybody saw him spike it because that should be a penalty.
I didn't see it. I don't see a flag.
So he blocks the punt. So the punt goes to
they threw the flag.
Punt goes to the 16. It was blocked by Central Clarion, who recovers it at the 10-yard line.
But it's coming back 15.
It was recovered by Beckwith. Blocked by Beckwith. And
that was Briggs Beckwith spiked the ball there. He's excited. Frustrated he didn't score. Well, one of the two, but he was. So
that'll bring it back to the 25-yard line.
And
it'll be first down and 10, though.
Oh, bad snap again.
So who has the ball? Ferguson has it.
Jace.
Ferguson dancing. Ferguson is at the 10. Ferguson has 7 touchdowns. Oh, my. Jace Ferguson, his 7th touchdown of the game from 25 yards out.
And I think it was just a broken play because it was a bad snap. He picked it up. The intent I thought was to hand the ball off and found the open space and took the score.
Jace Ferguson's 7th rushing touchdown of the game. Central Clarion now leads a lot to a little. It is now 54-0 pending the extra point. The extra point is up. The extra point is, of course, good. And it is now 55-0 Wildcats. We'll be right back here on the YDL Sports Network. 7:56 to play in this one.
Are you hungry? Of course you're hungry. And Daddy's on Main Street in Clarion is ready to tackle that hunger for you. Serving amazing food since 2008, Daddy's has been Clarion's go-to stop whenever hunger strikes. Whether it's a good old-fashioned hot dog or hamburger, a salad, or something from their rotating chef's menu. Yes, I said rotating chef's menu. Daddy has you covered. You can order ahead by calling 814-223-4687 or come on in and dine in. Have a big event you are catering? Daddy's can do that too. Like Daddy's on Facebook at Daddy's Clarion and stop in today. You won't be disappointed.
Back here.
You know what I love is always the Fonz is out to greet his special teams or teams coming off the field, giving them a high five. If you're just turning in, I'm telling you, folks, the score, this is not an exaggeration, is 55-0. And Thomas Euchert is kicking off here. We've got 7:56 on the clock right now, on a running clock.
So Euchert will send it deep on another D Sports Incorporated kickoff. It'll bounce and be fielded at the 3-yard line. That is fielded by number 5. That is Jordan Smith, and Smith won't get back to the 15. And they're going to mark it right at the 15.
Chris, do you have an update on that port
I
score?
do not. 7:36 to go on a running clock here as South Park takes over at its own 15. The Eagles will keep their starters in the game right now.
Central Clarion has some mixture out there, some young players coming in.
Now we had a player come off, broke the huddle. Are they going to throw the flag? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, they are going to throw the flag.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I mean, sometimes I guess you could have a little bit of a better part of valor there, but they're going to call them for the substitution infraction, so that'll bring them back to the 10-yard line on the Bruno Iafrito wrestling camp penalty, 1st and 15. Now they're going to throw it, and they throw it, and it's incomplete. It was intended for Brown on a quick slant, and Brown couldn't hold it. I didn't see the player defending there for Central Clarion, but he got a hand in on it. Did you happen to see him, Larry?
No, I didn't. There's a hand went up, and it looks like the pass just got deflected.
You know, I get the frustration of the South Park fans in front of us, Larry, yelling and screaming, but it's so unnecessary at 55-0. It's the kind of stuff, like when officials talk about people doing that, like that right now is where it's unnecessary. There's nothing being called right now that's changing the outcome of this football game. If you want to scream and yell in a 12-7 game, scream and yell all you want in a 12-7 game. And I don't care what side of it you're on. Nobody should be complaining right now. And there's a handoff to Napper, and he goes for a couple of yards out to about the 13-yard line.
And he's being brought down by number 9. That's Carter Hyman coming in and making the play there.
So they will mark him at the 13. So pick up a 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 12.
And again, they have Jimmy Kerr's not in there. Hayden Hyman's not in there right now.
No, Peyton Ward is, though.
Peyton Ward.
Also up front, Hayden Hyman's still in the game. Or Matt Alston's still in the game, I'm sorry.
He's always had the size to play this game, and he's doing a great job here tonight.
Back to throw is Lindsey. In pressure, he's being chased. Looking to throw, throws it, and it is incomplete.
And
So bring up a 4th down and 12, and out comes the punter, Griffin Burnett again. This will be the 7th punt. The last one was blocked.
They've come close all night. I mean, the snap between center and the punter has not been the greatest for South Park.
I think if you're Central Clarion, you just back off on this one, though.
See who they have back there. I think it's is that Brody Beggs, freshman Brody Beggs back there?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Beggs is deep. Dad, Jared, starting quarterback at CL, the first year I covered football in Clarion County, 1998.
Of course, his mom and dad, long time. Mom taught at Keystone. Dad was a teacher, AD, coach at CL.
Snap is there. Kick is away. It'll bounce at the 40. Beggs will let it roll, and it'll take a South Park roll out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Central Clarion. That's where the Wildcats will take over here with 4:05 to play. 4 minutes and 5 seconds separating Central Clarion from a trip to Mechanicsburg, and the PIAA Class 2A championship game up 55-0.
And Justin Skiba just sent me the 46-8 final. Port Allegany
46-8. The Gators are also going to Mechanicsburg. I was just in Mechanicsburg 2 weeks ago. Didn't realize I'd be heading back, but I'm heading back down. Is now Carter Hyman takes over at quarterback. What a feeling it must be for Jace Ferguson and those guys to know that they're sitting on the sideline going to the state championship game and the backups are in. So they're going to hand it off here. That is a handoff to Jackson Marinovitz. And Marinovitz will get back to about the line of scrimmage. Number 82, Marinovitz running the ball. He's at the So it'll be no gain for Marinovitz. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And what an opportunity for the JV players to get to play in a state semifinal game on the winning side of things.
Honest to God. Just every aspect of this. And again, we do want to congratulate South Park on their season. And
we're going to put Beggs in motion. We're going to hand it to the guy up, and I don't see a number on that player. We'll wait till he gets up here. That is number 25, Billy Kale.
Billy Kale, Pat Kale's son.
That run brought to you by Ascendance Truck Centers.
There's a family that has provided some pretty good football players for Clarion over the years. Pat himself was a pretty good, along with his brother Rick. Rick was First year I became D coordinator, he was a stud strong safety for
So
me.
6-yard Ascendance Truck Center run there for Billy Kale. Ascendance Truck Center. Ascendance Truck Center is owned by still locally owned by the Kale family. Used to be Zocro Motors. Here's another handoff to Marinovitz. Marinovitz has some room. He's at the 40, the 35. He'll be finally dragged down at about the 25-yard line.
Little nice counter trade. Nice fake by Carter Hyman. I love seeing these guys coming back. They are.
Another Tynesta Builder Supply first down.
122, folks. Friday, 1 o'clock. Mechanicsburg. Central Clarion versus either Troy or Riverside. We'll see if we can find out how their game's going. Help us out, Skiba.
Skiba's here, though, so he probably can't hear you. Yeah.
Well, he was listening to us. He's been texting me.
And maybe he left. Maybe he got cold and was like, I'm leaving. And now a kneel down by Hindman. So Central Clarion will kneel it down here and kneel this game out. The Wildcats are going where no Wildcat, Bobcat, or Lion has ever gone in football. They are headed to the state championship game in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, next Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Central Clarion 55, South Park nothing, and it was as lopsided as you would expect in a final score of 55-0.
I'm just so impressed tonight, Chris, on what this team's done. Coaching staff, what a great job preparing them to take on this heavy run team, and basically took away from the very beginning. I mean that first down that they got was on a penalty, and they shut down one of the top running backs in the WPIAA, and Eric Dewar.
We're going to do a quick look here at our final statistics. I've got some work I've got to do, so I'm going to have to get out of here quickly. But Central Clarion outgained South Park 416 yards to 71. Jace Ferguson, 15 carries, 171 yards, seven touchdowns, Larry Weiser, for Jace Ferguson on the ground. Ferguson also 6 of 11 passing for 160 yards. They held Eric DeRue to 16 carries for 13 yards. The defensive effort by the Wildcats was beyond impressive tonight. Central Clarion is headed to the state title game where they will meet the winner of that Troy and Muncie game. Or Troy and Riverside game. We'll see if we can get you a score on that here before we leave. But, Larry, I'm going to give this over to you for a couple of seconds. Troy leads Riverside 35-14, so it's going to be Troy that the Wildcats are going to play. And, Larry Weiser, just your final thoughts.
From the very beginning, I wasn't quite sure that they could shut down that South Park running game as they did. And they brought in some, bringing in, for example, that running a 5 front, which they haven't done a whole lot this year, and bringing in some of the players. Of course, they're Jimmy Kerr and Hayden Hyman and Matt Alston and Brant Parker. Along with tonight Peyton Ward in that front. And then of course Hepful and it was just a well designed defense. They used the slant. They took away what they love to do. It's just I am so impressed about these guys tonight and how they played this game, and you pray and hope they just carry this momentum in through the rest of this week. They didn't let the weather bother them tonight. Just everything went well for them.
Folks, like I said, I got some work that I've got to do for some different things, including our own outlet. You can read the post-game show. You can read the post-game recap later tonight on D9and10sports.com. Central Clarion going to the state championship game. Wildcats 55-0 over the South Park Eagles.
Are we going to broadcast it, Chris?
I don't know yet.
Okay. All right.
So that is going to do it for us here at the Pegues Sports Complex. Once again, Central Clarion 55, South Park 0. The Wildcats are going dancing in the state championship game. Special thanks to Delta Contractors and Design, DE Sports, and Ascendance Truck for jumping on and helping bring tonight's game. We'll be We'll be back. We'll see if we have any of the broadcasts of either Port Allegany or Central Clarion. Just stick to the YDL Sports Network this week to find out what we will have. Until then, this is Chris Rossetti saying goodnight for Larry Weiser.